Hi, I'm Rick at Rick Turns, and today's video is got a really nice piece of oak here. I think it's white oak. I don't really know for sure. Just looking at the grain structure in here, it looks very much like oak. It is green wood. The wood's only been cut down for, I don't know, maybe 3 months or so. And now I'm just going to cut out this circle right here. And I'm going to drill roughly a 1 inch deep hole here. This is a 3/8 inch bit right here. And I think that's going to be deep enough. And I'm using a one-way strong hole chuck here. And woodworm screw right there. I'm just going to tighten this down. And here's my oak blank. And I'm just going to mount it on just like this. Okay, that's as far as I can get it with a hand wheel. So I am going to lock the rotation here and turn it on by hand the rest of the way. And you can see there, it's out of balance. Didn't really expect too much more. You got big swaths of wood here where it was growing and so forth. It's outside of the tree here, of course. So it's out of balance, but not too bad. And I'm going to adjust the speed of my lathe now. See how fast we can actually turn this bowl until it gets into round, and then I'm sure I'll be able to crank the speed up. I'm going to start at 250, which is really slow. No surprises there, it's fine. I'm going to go to 500. Still good at 500. Can go to 750. Whoa! All right. 750, that's definitely too fast for this particular bowl blank. So, gonna wait here until the brakes disengage, and we'll crank it up to 500, which I have set there. 500 is good. I'm going to start on this just by squaring off the bottom here. Just a little bit of vibration there. That's pretty good. I think I will just go ahead and cut out the recess for the chuck in the bottom there. Alright, that's just about it right there. I'm still at 500 RPM. For the remainder of the recess there, I'm going to use this little scraper. Alright, let me see what that is. Looks like it's about 1/4 inch. Let me check that. By golly, 1/4 inch, right on the mark. Going to deepen that a little bit more. And that is good right there. Now I'm not going to be able to get back to this until tomorrow, so I think I'm going to wrap it up in some plastic. I recently moved and got a big spool of this stretch wrap here, used for securing moving boxes and other things, and I'm going to try it out as a sealer. And of course, mainly what I want to do is cover up that end grain. Alright, that's good. Now, come out here tomorrow to continue work on this. And it's the next day. I've already torn off some of the plastic wrap here. It did its job well. There is no splitting here at all. Alright, cranked up the lathe. I can get the speed up to about 800 now. Got enough material removed so there's a lot more in balance. So I'm going to be turning at 800, and this is a 5/8 inch bowl gouge. As you can see, I've reversed the chuck. I've reversed the bowl blank in the chuck. And I've got to cut into this. This is about a 1/2 inch, maybe 5/8 of an inch thick right here. And I need to true that up. Okay. And now I'm going to cut in. I want to leave this about 1/4 of an inch thick. So I'm going to cut away some of the waste right up until this line right here. It is the next day. Once again, I put some packing wrap over the bowl because I don't want it gluing or drying out too much. And still pretty shallow there, of course. No splitting on the outside, so that's good. All right, I'm going to continue hollowing with this. Well, that little catch dug a gouge right there and knocked it a little bit loose on the chuck. So I've got to tighten it back up. It's always kind of iffy to sort of try and shear scrape like I was trying to do there on the interior of a bowl. I'm going to switch to this tool. I use this tool for sort of shear scraping on the interior of a bowl. Once again, I sharpened my scraper by taking a diamond hone and burnishing it just like that. And I'm going to put a new edge on here just by burnishing it, not by going to the scraper. I'll first of all just use my stone to clean off any remnants of what was left there. Then I'm going to take it and hold it like that. Take my stone just like this and just go over it just like that, gradually increasing the angle from here over this away. And it usually doesn't take a whole lot. That's actually more than what I usually do. And I know it's not going to show here, but I've got a very fine edge there for shear scraping. And now I'm going to round this over towards the bottom. I don't like that straight curve there. Okay, I'm about 3/8 there. So I go down towards the bottom of the bowl. Gets a little bit thicker, about a 1, 2, 3, 4, a little over 1/2 inch there. So I need to remove some more material down here. And up here, 3/8. Yeah, I'd like to bring that down to 1/4. All right, that's good. I'm going to stop right there. So the super fine shavings I was getting from that shear scraping. All right, let me see what I can do here. Okay, I forgot I had put the chuck into a recess, and basically that's what I did, is cut into the recess and cut it free. Well, it's the next day. I only work on this maybe an hour and a half a day for various reasons. But as you will recall, yesterday I had a catastrophic accident that was my own fault. Now I've taken the ball, I've sanded it this morning, and now I put it in my super big faceplate here, made out of 3/4 inch plywood and a regular steel faceplate. And now I'm going to finish off the bottom. Got the lathe set at about 900 RPM, I believe. Yeah, 900, and it's still turning fairly true, which is nice. I expected it to be warped again. That's pretty thin right in there, yep. And I'm not going to do any sanding on this while it's on the lathe, because once I chisel this off, I have to sand that down flat. So it's off to the workbench now. Time to remove this. As I said, I just chisel it off like this, because I don't want to dig out chunks of wood when this thing partially breaks off. And it almost always does, just like that. You can see I've got a little bit of wood left there. Let's see if I can get that down a little bit. Then I will take the rest off with my sander. Now I'm using a mixture of varnish and odorless mineral spirits to give me a wiping varnish. So I'm going to pour some in here. Not a great deal. I've got about, I think 5 coats of varnish on here. So the next step, the final step for this bowl is buffing. And I got my buffing wheel right here. So I got a little piece of wax here. This is carnauba wax, and I'm just going to put some on the wheel. Don't need a lot. And now I'm just going to buff the bowl. Well, my oak bowl is done. It's been turned, it's been sanded, it's been finished, and it's been buffed. And it's still drying out. I mentioned I was using green wood. I'm getting some warping right through there. I think it probably shows on camera, and right through there. Now this is the end grain right here, and I'm not at all surprised that I'm still getting warping out of it. Fortunately, the base right here has not warped, so it'll still sit flat, and that's good. If the base warps and it won't sit flat, then the bowl's kind of a failure, but I'm hoping that the base is not going to warp any and it'll be okay. This is probably the first green bowl I've turned all the way. Usually I rough them out, let them dry for months, and then finish turning them. So this one turned out fairly well. I'm pleased with it.